And as for me, if you want to know what I think, let me show you something. Come. Come, follow me. Oh, don't be shy. Follow, follow. Mind the step, okay? Up we go. I think this will help explain. And we are here. Stay close. Stay close. Okay, follow me. We are nearly to the place. Oh, this is the place where I came. And the doctor, he sat me down in his office. He put me on the little chair. And he said, Vanessa, your gallbladder is so inflamed. It is so angry. I must take it out. And then you will feel better and you will go forth into the world and you will give love and have peace and spread joy. And I said, oh, thank you, Mr. Doctor. I would be so grateful. And so this is what happened. I had the surgery, but it did not work. And I put my head in my hands and I cried. And I got so angry. I threw my apron down like this. Oh, and I marched away. Oh, I got to go get the apron. And this is what happened. I went down. Come, come. Quick, quick. I go to Winston-Salem where they have specialists. And I say, it still hurts. I cannot go out into the world as a well person. And they did tests. And they did not work. They could not tell me what was wrong. And so, I must take my own wellness into my own hands. Come, I show you. I learn about food. And I learn about Ayurvedic medicine. And I share with you. Come, come. Quick, 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 quick. We go back to my house. And I show you about food. Come, come. Get in the car with me. Okay, we are ready. So now we are back. And I am here to tell you a little bit about Ayurvedic medicine and anti-inflammatory foods. Now, Ayurveda is a medical science developed in India 5,000 years ago or so, and it's about the mind-body balance. And it involves spirituality and science and psychology and philosophy. Now, the most important part is what we call Agni, which means your digestive fire. In Ayurveda, it's said that a man is only as old as his Agni. If he digests food well, he will never age. But the moment your digestive system starts to falter, you begin aging and accumulating disease. This is why a healthy digestion is the cornerstone of health. You might be able to see why it is important to me. Now, if you put your hands on your belly like this and you breathe in for a few minutes, you are touching the most powerful part of your body. It takes your food and it turns it into energy and blood and organs and muscle and nutrients and so much more. And this is your Agni, what they call your digestive fire. Now, I must tell you how we keep this in balance. Come this way. I need to explain. Now, in Ayurveda, there are 3 doshas. These doshas are called Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. And they represent your bodily system. And the way you find out which one you are is you must take a little quiz. A very fun little quiz. It will ask you about your eyes, your hair, your skin, your body temperature, your sleep, your memory, and things about your personality. And when you are done, you will figure out which one you are. Now, I am a Vata. Now, the Vata is made of air and ether. There are 5 elements that these are based on: air, ether, water, fire, and earth. Vata is air and ether. And as you can see in my picture, it is a combination here. And the personality tends to be on the cold, light, dry, rough, mobile, and clear side. And in order to get the vata in balance, you must do the opposite. So the vata needs food that is warm and moist and dense and oily. For example, some of these foods could be bananas, avocados, sweet potatoes, oats, quinoa, tofu, cinnamon, and ginger. Now, let's look at the next one. If you are a pitta, you are composed of fire and water. And things about your nature are going to be hot and sharp and light, oily, smooth, damp, and sticky. And to keep these things in balance, you must do the opposite with your food. You must eat cool, juicy, sweet, dry foods. Things like apples and pineapple, cabbage, leafy greens, rice, couscous, mint, and cardamom. These are foods you want to eat. There are some foods you would want to avoid, like garlic and hot peppers, because you're already hot and spicy. You must do the opposite. Yes? Now, the last one is kapha. And kapha is made up of earth and water. Now, kapha people tend to be heavier, slow, cool, oily, and damp. So they must balance themselves with foods that are light, dry, bitter, astringent, and pungent. Things like berries and lemons, radishes and broccoli, quinoa, millet, garlic, and cayenne. They get to have the spices, whereas the pitta, not so much, right? Not so much for the vata either. So there are foods you should eat and foods you should not eat, foods you should avoid. Now, we stop there for a minute. Okay, now, let me take you back for a moment. You remember in Ayurveda that the digestive fire must be strong. If it is not strong, then our body becomes out of balance and it can get sick. And one of the ways that it can get sick is that internally, it can get inflammation. Now, inflammation is not good for our bodies. So, come with me, come to my kitchen. Now, there are other ways, of course, we can get inflamed, correct? We can have an injury and be inflamed. We can take up a sport and overuse our muscles and become inflamed. Come. So, I want you to know that there are foods we can eat that help us to get calmed down. They are anti-inflammatory foods. So I put on my apron once again. And I will show you a short list of these foods. These are foods I also eat, and they are also very good for vatas, for my dosha, right? Anti-inflammatory foods. Some of them are as follows: bananas, avocados, oats, sweet potatoes, tofu, tomatoes, dark chocolate, almonds, eggs, parmigiano, oranges, maple syrup, turmeric, and ginger. And turmeric is extra good, so it gets a little red dot, right? Little red dot. Now, this is what I am going to make for dinner. It is a dinner made completely of vata and anti-inflammatory food. We begin with the crust for the pizza we are making, and it is composed of sweet potato and oat flour. Delicioso. We will put a tomato on there. We will put some leafy greens, some mushrooms. We'll make a sauce out of plain tomatoes and add some herbs. Perhaps we add some almonds, some fresh basil, and of course, some mozzarella and some parmigiano. It will be delicioso. Now, when that is done and we feel very good afterwards, we must have a little sweetness. This is what I have prepared. This is basically it's a little Reese's cup, right? It's made of dark chocolate with almond butter in the middle and some very, very healthy spices. Turmeric, ginger, cinnamon. Delicioso. So, bon appetit, and may you keep as well as me, and may you put joy into the world as you are meant to do. Thank you.